Hello, my name is Colby Sharp. I'm a 5th grade teacher in Michigan. Welcome to my channel where we try to help kids fall in love with reading. And one way that we do that is through reading them picture books all the time. And I end every single day with my 5th graders with a picture book. It is one of my favorite parts of the day. I think that it is one of their favorite parts of the day. And today I'm going to be telling you about 10 picture books that I read them aloud in January. I'm so excited. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to click that subscribe button so you get notifications the next time I share some great books here on my YouTube channel. So the very first book that I read in January, I have no idea the order that I read these, but one of the books that I read my students in January is The Survivor Tree by Marcy Colleen and Aaron Becker. Holy smokes. Now this book hasn't come out yet. It doesn't come out until I believe the end of summer, but it is amazing, mind-blowing. Like, I did not know of this story at all. This tree that was at the foot of the World Trade Centers on 9/11/2001 when the terrorists ran into the buildings and thousands of Americans lost their lives in a very, very hard and sad and heartbreaking day. But within the rubble was a tree that was still alive, that they were able to save. They were able to take it to a place and get it rehabilitated and then eventually transport it back to ground zero. It's an amazing story. It's a true story. It blew my mind. My kids were completely captivated by it. I cannot wait for this book to enter the world. It's so amazing. I'll be sure to put a list of all of these books down in the description of this video in case you are wondering the names and titles and all that fun stuff. Next up, The Undefeated by Kwame Alexander, Kadir Nelson. This Caldecott winning book is absolutely breathtaking. It's beautiful, it's gorgeous. It's based on a poem written by Kwame Alexander, and the art is everything we love and expect from Kadir Nelson. Wow, wow, wow. We are approaching February, we are approaching Black History Month. Make sure that we're sharing books with amazing Black characters written by amazing Black creators, not just in February. So throughout the entire year, every month, we're sharing books from a variety of creators, not just on certain months of the year. So wanted to point that out. Undefeated, a great book for any time of the year. Absolutely fantastic. All right, next up, I actually read this book on one of our virtual Wednesdays. Unicorns are the worst. So everyone on Wednesday is virtual, and I need to read something super fun and usually funny, and I get to be way into it and way over the top. I feel like I'm like performing a concert or play. It's got to be all in. I got to bring extra pizzazz because read aloud on Zoom is not the same as reading aloud to kids in person. But this book is beautiful. It's fun. They got a kick out of it. There was lots of laughter. I wish you could feel it. I wish you could feel the glitter, the pizzazz. Unicorns are the worst. That title I know is going to hook readers right away. That cover is brilliant. The story is fun. Kids loved it. Unicorns are the worst. Read to find out why they're the worst. It's going to make you think. It's going to make you think. Next up, Harlem Grown, How One Big Idea Transformed a Neighborhood by Tony Hillary and Jesse Hartland. True story. An amazing true story about a vacant lot across the street from a public school in Harlem that they eventually turned into a community garden. And now it's just like exploded into this amazing organization and mission of getting healthy food into the hands of kids, helping kids learn how to grow their own food, helping kids see the importance of healthy food and where food comes from. Tony was one of the people behind this mission and helped create this garden. Actually didn't really know anything about gardening, but they found a way. It's amazing. Harlem Grown. I love books like this. I love nonfiction picture books that tell a story that otherwise we may have never got a chance to learn or hear about. Harlem Grown is one of those books. Next up, we read this, The Day It Won the Caldecott Medal. We are water protectors. Holy smokes. Amazing. Wow. We had read it before on a virtual Wednesday, which was fun. and nice, but reading this in person after it won the Caldecott Medal was a magical experience. So excited for McColligode for winning the Caldecott Medal. This book, if you haven't read it, please buy it. Don't even go check it out at the library. You just gotta buy this one. It's just amazing. And it won the Caldecott Medal, right? Like, check this out. You need to own this. We Are Water Protectors 2021 Caldecott Medal winning book, and a book that we read for the second time of the year during January. Next up, In a Jar. I love this book. It's just, the art is so fun and it's so unique. Deborah Marcero. It's just a story of friendship and loss. And I don't know, I just can't get over the art. It makes me so happy. So if you haven't read In a Jar, this might be one that you haven't read. It's so good, so fun, so good. Next up, An Ordinary Day. This is a note from my friend because my teaching friend, Mrs. Woolworth, I read this and I'm like, you have to read this. So I put it in her mailbox and then she put a little note on it. But it's like, I think about often, like when we're living our best days and our worst days, how the world just kind of keeps going. And this is this was a book that really, to me, captured it as two doctors walk into a house simultaneously early in the book. One going in to help deliver a baby and bring a baby into the world. The other visiting a family with a very sick dog. This book will blow your mind and you probably cry, like a lot. So look at that. An Ordinary Day. And like I said, I'll put all the books down in the description so you can see it or have the list if you're interested in learning more about any of the books. Home in the Woods by Eliza Wheeler. Like this family, like back in, I don't know, the 20s or something. This is based on a true story of the family. In the 1930s, Great Depression, the father dies and there's a bunch of children and they like just don't have anything. So they go to the woods and they find like an old shack and they have to do all of these things to survive, and just this family. It's just like, what an amazing story. And my kids were just fascinated by it. And at a time when so many are dealing with hardships and the world at times feels like it's falling apart because of the global pandemic, what a great book for us to experience together. Home in the Woods, just to see about overcoming and finding a way when it doesn't seem possible. Next up, Malcolm Mitchell's my very favorite book in the whole wide world. You might know Malcolm Mitchell. He was a Division I football player at the University of Georgia, a Super Bowl champion with the New England Patriots, and an author. And he has written this book about a boy who struggles with reading, who can't figure out how to read, and he feels kind of bad about it. His teacher asked him to come up with his very favorite book in the whole wide world, and just his journey to figuring that out and figuring out who he is as a reader is a pretty darn special book. And the first book that I read my students in 2021 is the book that I think is going to win the 2022 Caldecott Medal. It's so good. Watercress by Andrea Wang, Jason Chin. Wow, I made a whole video about this book because I just couldn't stop thinking about it. I couldn't stop talking about it. The story of a girl living in, I believe it's Ohio, with Chinese American parents who have immigrated to this country, and they are trying to make it, and things work, and they don't have as much money as some of the other kids, they don't have a nice thing as some of the other kids, and one day they pull off to the side of the road to pick watercress to make this meal from their homeland, and our main character is feeling pretty embarrassed of the things that her family has to do, but just how she learns to appreciate herself and her family and who they are and what they stand for. It's just a remarkable book. The words are magical, the pictures are distinguished. Watercress, absolute home run. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you found a book or two that you can add to your classroom library, to your school library. You can check out from the library. If you have any questions or I can help in any way, leave me a comment on this video. Thanks again for tuning in. My name is Colby Sharp. I hope you have an awesome-tastic day.